Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another WOW webinar. My name is Allison Hunter, and I'm Director of Marketing here at WearAware. I'm very excited to have our Sales Manager, Teddy Pekalski, with us today. Many of you have probably met Teddy or seen him walking around the gift, home, and furniture markets. Today, he's going to share some ideas of how you can use B2B personalization to improve your website and customer service experience. Just as a heads up, we will be emailing you the webinar recording by tomorrow, and we'll also post it to our blog. And if you have any questions, please submit them through the chat box, and we'll try to get to them at the end. In the event that we don't get to your questions, we will follow up with you directly. Also, we encourage you to tweet with us using the hashtag WowWebinar. And with that, I'm going to let Teddy take it away.
Thank you, Allison. Good morning, everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Teddy Pekalski. I'm a sales manager here at WearAware. I cover predominantly our consumer product good wholesale customers. And today I'm going to share some tips with you on how you're going to improve your online experience. But before we get started, just one stat that we saw recently that I wanted to share with everyone. I thought it was important information on the digital channel. We surveyed 5,000 plus independent retailers last year, and 28% of those indicated that web is their primary purchase method. So just a great stat to show the ever-evolving importance of digital. A little bit about WearAware before we get started. We're a full-service digital agency located in the Washington, D.C. area. 19 years of experience creating personalized websites and then supporting those with marketing campaigns, paid advertising, and data integration. Over the last 5 years, we've developed 32 personalized e-commerce websites on the EPI server platform. Since many of our B2B customers require more complex business rules than traditional B2C websites, we created a platform or an accelerator package that we call WOW Commerce. What WOW Commerce is an accelerator package that sits on top of EPI server, includes a lot of the logic and features needed to get you to market quicker and with less risk. The success story we're going to share today, for those of you who aren't familiar with Creative Co-op, they're a wholesale company in the gift and home industry who sells predominantly home and seasonal decor. They offer about 10,000 plus SKUs to their customers. And we've had an ongoing relationship with Creative Co-op for the last 10 years or so. And when they came to us recently to talk about their website, they started to build requirements and start brainstorming their wish list. And everything started coming back to a common goal. How do we put the customer first? You know, how do we make it easier for them to find the right products for their store and for them to manage their business? The first common challenge that we see, and this is one that most of our customers talk about, is how do we help our retailers discover the right products for their stores? You know, they have 10,000 plus SKUs, so navigating it to find the relevant products can be tricky. So where we started is with the navigation. So how do we streamline the navigation and how do we make it visual for the customer? As retailers become more used to B2C shopping experiences in their personal life, they've begun to expect those same experiences when shopping for B2B. So what we did and what Creative Co-op went out and started creating their top navigation and categorizing their products, they took inspiration from B2C shopping experiences and B2C categories. But not all buyers shop that same way. So they added a visual sub-navigation where buyers can shop by collection or they can shop by specific product. In addition, there's a area that they can add content where they can feature relevant blogs, or they can call out specific collections or seasonal items that are important to that product line or that sub-navigation. Next, they wanted to have their product shine through photography. We're big believers at WearAware that photography sells products online. So by using a combination of lifestyle and product photography, they made sure that every page was product forward. It's really important that you allow the product to tell the story and then support that with the content around the product. But a common problem we have is that photography is expensive and our customers often have challenges getting enough lifestyle shots to support their website. So we're big believers at WearAware, and Creative Co-op as well as big believers in user-generated content. It's a great way for you to see shots of your product in real-life situations. Creative Co-op encourages their retailers to share their own photos of the products through an Instagram campaign called Creatively Yours. So where retailers can share lifestyle shots on Instagram for the chance to be featured on the Creative Co-op homepage. And it turns out to be a real win-win situation for both the retailer and for Creative Co-op. The retailer gets extra exposure and gets featured on the homepage, while Creative Co-op gets free lifestyle images that they can use across all of their marketing campaigns. Taking that campaign a step further, Creative Co-op actually made their user-generated content shoppable. So in this example here, you can see that if someone clicks through the Instagram photo on the homepage, it actually pulls up a popover where a retailer could easily find and add these products to the cart for purchase. The next way was to highlight collections. So the next way that we helped discover products was to highlight collections. You know, while taking inspiration from B2C for main navigation, they still wanted to put the traditional way retailers shop through collections. So they feature collections on the homepage where they allow retailers to identify high interest product collections, but also in other ways that they shop. So whether that's through the navigation, they can find the collections, or also through filters. So it makes it very easy for, you know, the retailers that want that more traditional collection shopping experience to find relevant content and relevant collections for them. The final piece to improving the user experience is providing flexible shopping options and filters. You know, retailers come from all walks of life and have very different product needs and preferred ways to shop. So Creative Co-op wanted to make sure that they were extremely flexible and provided those different needs to meet their customer requirements. So to help customers dig deeper into product categories, they added multi-filter options and intuitive filters. So retailers can actually go to the Creative Co-op site and they can filter by availability, by pricing, by artist. So with just a few clicks, you can actually take that 10,000 SKUs and narrow it down to the 30 or 40 that are relevant to the customer. Smart search. So there's nothing more frustrating than when a customer goes to search for products and they can't find results, whether that's, you know, they made it possessive or they had, you know, they put in the wrong term by accident. So Creative Co-op leverages EpiServer's Find search tool, which is a fantastic dynamic search tool, to do things like to provide suggestive search, so to complete search criteria, best, also synonyms. So if they potentially search for a wrong term, it'll allow for them synonyms or recommendations based on that term. So it's a great way to help assist your customers find the products they're looking for. Another way to streamline the product discovery is through flexible views. So that more traditional four-cross product thumbnail shopping experience that we've kind of shown on the last few slides is you know, great for most retailers, but there are many retailers out there that know exactly what they want and the number of products that they want. So you know, they may be busy in their showroom or in their retail store, and they need to place a quick reorder. So Creative Co-op offers flexible views. What you see here is what we call the speed shop view, where they can quickly add products, you know, incrementals. They can enter their quantities that they want. It'll force incrementals and minimums, and then add it to the cart with one click. So, you know, retailers can always toggle between the different views depending on their current needs. Another way that Creative Co-op enhances product discovery and increases cart value is through smart product recommendations. You know, this is something that we believe that everyone should be doing for their customers. So Creative Co-op uses EpiServer's Perform product recommendation engine, which is a fantastic product recommendation engine. Not only do they show it here on the product detail page, but they also include that on the retailer dashboard, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and then on the cart as well. Perform uses over 3 years of their omni-channel sales data to generate relevant product recommendations. So they're using both online and offline product purchase history to make customer-specific recommendations. And the final way is, you know, hot-spotted catalog. So a lot of retailers prefer that traditional method of shopping a catalog, A creative co-op wanted to kind of marry that offline and online shopping experience. So they added digital catalogs and hotspotted them so retailers can mimic the print catalog experience, but also click to add those to the cart. So how can you enhance your user experience and streamline product discovery? When it comes to user experience, we typically recommend starting with your data. Look at your top product sales in Google Analytics to help decide what products or collections you should feature. I think one of the biggest mistakes we see customers make is that they only use their offline data to understand or to feature products online. So they're using their best sellers offline to potentially feature their online collections or products. And what that, where that falls down is that sometimes you need to, products may not sell or sell in a different way online. So it's always great to understand, hey, what are your best sellers offline, but also what are your best sellers online when you're deciding what collections or products to feature. When you're creating you're categorizing products and creating your navigation, make sure that you're thinking through your website's SEO and incorporating important keywords. And then finally, we're big believers at WhereWhere in using third-party tools to understand your customer experience. For example, on the top right here is an example of a heat mapping tool. It's a great way to understand how customers are interacting with your website, where they're clicking to see products, where they're looking. So it's a great way to kind of update that user experience and improve that user experience for your customers. Regardless, we always recommend enabling your customers to quickly reorder products. If you make it easy for them to reorder, you kind of become their go-to resource when they're restocking. They're busy in their store and they need to quickly get an order out. Encourage user-generated content. So this is a trend we're seeing more and more across our customer base. Photography is expensive, like I mentioned, so enlisting customers to create that content is a great way to get lifestyle shots on the cheap that you can use across all of your digital marketing. Extend it to emails, extend it to your paid advertising. It's also an effective way for your customers to get inspiration and find products. Maybe that's how they're showing it in their retail store, or how they're ultimately selling it to the end consumer. And then we always say that the implied testimonial from the user-generated content goes a lot further towards credibility than your traditional advertising. Common challenge number 2. So while B2B businesses have adopted many B2C features, ultimately it is still a B2B business and likely with a lot more complex business rules. Typically when we're talking to customers, their websites need to give retailers the ease of use and enjoyment that they'd find in that B2B shop or B2C shopping experience, but still be ingrained with the business rules and logic necessary for B2B. So how do we ingrain those business rules? One main difference for B2B sites is that retailers are required to log in to purchase. So what you'll see here on the left is the unlogged in retailer, or if you're just a site visitor to Creative Co-op, you can still do some product discovery where you can actually see product titles, but they're restricting images, pricing, and other sensitive product information. Once they log in, on the right there, they're instantly able to see images and then key product information, inventory, etc., and directly add it to their cart. So the sign-on process, in addition to offering your traditional sign-on in the navigation, they added a sticky sign-on that slides in from the left side of the web page. This feature means that retailers can be browsing a product and sign in from that same product detail page. So it prevents them from having to navigate away from the product that they were looking at and then try to work their way back to that product page. This is another great example here of Creative Co-op of how they can apply their business rules while reducing friction in the shopping experience. Express registration. This is a great feature in a way that makes it easy for customers who have done business with you, but maybe don't have a website account. So maybe they've done business with you offline or through a sales rep, but they don't have an online website account with you. All they need to do is enter their account number and zip code, and they can instantly access and start shopping immediately. So it actually, once they enter their account number and zip code, it'll look through the customer database if it finds a match, and it'll automatically approve them and allow them to start shopping. This cuts down on the need for customer service to approve everybody. And additionally, we don't want to prevent a buying opportunity for that customer. So again, along the theme of reducing friction for the retailers and making it easier for them to buy while still implementing business rules. Retailer portal. So ultimately, your website needs to help retailers manage their business. How do we do that? So the retailer portal gives retailers access to all their business options with Creative Co-op. So from this dashboard, this is the 24/7 hub for that retailer. Creative Co-op is able to answer customer questions at a glance. Who is my sales rep? What's my account overview? Where can I review my orders? What are my most frequently purchased products? We want this to be that self-service hub for the retailer. But we also wanted to help them manage the financial side of things. Creative Co-op gives them the ability to check order status, track shipments, reorder past purchase items with one click, and then also pay open invoices online. So make it very easy for them to interact and handle the financial side of the business. But at the same time, provide tools to, for both the reps and the retailer. So retailers, throughout the site can add products to a wish list, but from the retailer dashboard here, they're actually able to create branded PDF, what we call PDF portfolios of the wish list. So this is a great tool where reps use this to pull products together to send to customers. So an example would be, a lot of times we hear reps may get a call that says, show me what's new and available in this price range. By leveraging the intuitive filters that we talked about earlier, and then tying that with the product portfolio, a rep can easily, with 3 clicks, add all those SKUs to a portfolio, and within 5 minutes, generate a branded PDF to send to the retailer. At the same time, we see a lot of retailers, going through and doing their pre-buying discovery and research. And so a lot of times they'll go to the website and they'll actually add these products to the PDF portfolio, print off the sheet, and then when they go visit at market or go meet with their rep, they'll have that ready to share. And that way they can see the product in person. But to help streamline business logistics and efficiencies for Creative Co-op, we introduced a multi-line shopping cart. So as retailers shop products from various product lines, the shopping cart automatically separates those products by line. So this means that the retailer can set different shipping dates and cancel dates, and Creative Co-op can enforce order and reorder minimums by product line. At the same time, Creative Co-op can tailor promotions based on product line. So instead of a single standard across-the-board promotion, 10% off, whatever that may be, they're able to tailor that to each individual product line. So, for example, if they're trying to clear inventory in their home product line, they may run a home-specific product promotion. For example, order over X dollars more, receive 15% off home items, or receive free freight on home items. Another great way to enforce those business rules, but also provide upselling opportunities for Creative Co-op. Another, a popular function that we see with a lot of our customers is loyalty programs. It's a hot topic in the B2B industry. Creative Co-op has a really impressive loyalty program called Advantage Status. In order to make this emotive online and kind of pull this into the digital world, Creative Co-op adds the account status, or the average or Advantage Status, I should say, directly to the retailer dashboard. So this motivates them to increase average order size and gives them a visual indicator that front and center that shows what their status is and how far away they are from the next status, and then what are the benefits of reaching that status. This is all data-driven from their full order history. So it's not just online loyalty status. This incorporates both their online and offline orders. And once they hit that next status, they hit the next level, pricing is automatically applied throughout the website. So, not only are we incentivizing them to reach that next level, but then we're making it very easy for Creative Co-op to to move them to that next level and give them that online experience. So how can you do this? How can you implement those business rules and still provide a great customer experience? How do you know your audience and then add audience-specific features? Gathering requirements across teams. This is a very, very important piece to us and something that we stress to all of our customers. Make sure that you're collaborating across teams when you're creating your website requirements and wish list. You don't want it to be reflective of only one team's needs. So, for example, pricing levels and minimums from your operations, sales and promotions from the marketing team, or shipping needs and warehouse needs from the logistics teams. Don't operate in silos. Your requirement doc needs to be reflective of the entire organization, or else one team will be happy, but one team will be struggling to fulfill those website needs or to meet the needs of the business. But don't stop there. Once you've built the site, you want to make sure that it is indeed meeting your audience needs as planned. But also make sure that it is meeting your internal team needs. Make sure that shipping is working correctly, that they're receiving the orders correctly. Make sure that promotions are working correctly and marketing is able to do exactly what they're looking to do. But promote user testing. Make sure you understand, this is something that you should do very early in the process and continue to do throughout your website's life cycle. Promoting user testing will help you understand where users are getting stuck and encourage them to be vocal. Encourage them to help you think of new ideas. Hey, what could help improve your retailer experience? What could help you understand your business better? And ultimately, what can help me push more products through your store? The third common challenge that we hear a lot of times is how do we personalize that shopping journey? So continuing along with that know your audience theme, let's talk through personalization. How can we tailor the shopping experience to really cater to the individual? Really, to get personalization right, your content management system or website platform needs to make it easy for your team to update and merchandise the website without relying on IT or a developer. So it should really put the power back into your team's hands, allow them to instantly merchandise the site and quickly update content. So one of the main reasons why we built WOW Commerce on EPI Server is because of its ease of use and how it marries personalized content and commerce. So in this example here, this is just a great example to show. A creative co-ops team can actually build landing pages by dragging and dropping imagery to the landing page. So it is all drag and drop and inline editing. So, if they want to update text, they can just type directly into it, updating keywords directly in the system, dragging and dropping images and promotions, and also products as well. So a lot of times, many of our customers are creating landing pages and merchandising the site without ever touching the code, which is really important for our customers to have small teams who need to be nimble and often manage not only the website, but marketing campaigns, their pay-per-click, and sometimes their social advertising as well. So now how do we deliver that personalized content? This is a great example. So EPI Server uses or has a concept of visitor groups that allows you to personalize the experience based on a number of different pieces of data, whether that's location, purchase history, where how many times they visited categories. There's a number of different ways, IP address. There's a number of different ways to personalize that experience. This example here is something Creative Co-op does on the retailer dashboard. So they use past purchase history to determine what kind of hero image a retailer will see on the retailer portal. So in this example here, this is a customer has never purchased Mint and Mist products before. Now, if the customer has purchased Mint and Mist products, hero image will automatically display. So, if I had logged in and had purchased Mint and Mist before, I will see an image call out to the Marin product line. So just a really good way to expand that product discovery and encourage your customers to continue to browse all of your products and not just buy bestsellers or not just stay to what their most frequently purchased products are. In another use case, how do we take that and use it in the location example? So here, if a retailer is located in the Southeast area, the homepage banner for Creative Co-op actually calls out in their Atlanta market and invites them to visit them in Atlanta. But at the same time, if someone's visiting the homepage from the Midwest, they're seeing a call out to visit them at Las Vegas market. So that's a basic example of how to use the location-driven personalization. Another great way we see customers do this is with product collections. Sometimes they have a collection that sells really well in one area, let's say New England. They have a coastal collection that sells well in that area. But when someone from California visits the site, they may see a very different collection or a product line that sells well in that area. So it is something that many of our customers use and performs very, very well. So how can you do that? How do you develop personas and personalized content for your customers? There's two types of data sets that we use and you should use when developing your personas. Qualitative data. So what do you think you know? Brainstorm the different needs, problems, and goals of your customer base, and then start to group those ideas together. This is something we do often with customers. We sit down and have brainstorming sessions, ask them for, hey, what are the pain points customers seem to have, or what's on your wish list that you maybe never got to, and then bucket those together. But at the same time, you need to marry that with the quantitative data. So what do we definitely know? That means looking at survey data, potentially surveying your retailers to understand their experience and learn more about what their needs are. Internal data about demographics, buyer behavior, any analytics platform you have, whether that's Google Analytics or any other analytics, and then any published studies you have. So when we're creating personas, we're pulling all of that information together to help create our personas. From there, we'll actually build out the persona details. So, we really recommend creating a picture of the different audience segments so they become real to you. In this example here, we have Jenna. She represents the 18 to 54 demographic, woman who likes to shop, family-focused, enjoys food, drink, and cooking. Whereas Sandy represents the 55 to 65 plus woman who's more of a bargain hunter, interested in home decor and gardening. So now that we've created our personas, we need to find ways to identify these personas. What kind of behaviors or actions will they take that we can say, hey, yep, this customer definitely fits within the Jenna persona or within the Sandy persona. For example, for Jenna, maybe it's someone searching for kitchen or they visit the kitchen category. Whereas for Sandy, it's someone who clicks through on an email and only looks at sales products. So how can we bucket these actions together to start to create these personas and then identify that anonymous user and start to fit them into relevant content for them? Once we have those actions identified and we have our customer personas, we'll need to decide what content is relevant to them and what content do we show on an individual basis. So in this example here, on the left, you see Jenna's homepage experience. She sees, because she's interested in food and drink, she sees a nice image about eating. She sees home accents, shop now, calls out a category that's relevant to her, as well as the hero images and lifestyle images are all relevant to her interests and needs. Where on the right here, Sandy visits the same homepage but sees a very different experience. So Sandy sees budget-friendly, shop sale and save on decor because we know that she's a bargain hunter. So again, and then we offer her a coupon or products that are starting at $10. Just a great way to make sure that you're providing the right message to the right person at the right time. So with that, we'll get into key takeaways from today's webinar. Enhance user experience to streamline product discovery, know your audience and add audience-specific features, and personalize their shopping experience. I think these are, if you're really going to focus on anything from today's webinar, these are the three main topics to take back and implement into your business. So in a second, I'm going to turn it back to Allison. We're going to take a few questions. But in the meantime, if you are having we are a full service agency. So if you're trying to generate any more leads and sales, increase average order size or repeat orders, or you have a unique business need, we'd love to talk to you about it and walk through your current goals and pain points, and build a plan together to help you. So please feel free to reach out, either call us or email us at sales@whereware, and we'll put you in touch with one of our experts. And with that, I'll turn it over to Allison to take some questions.
All right, thank you, Teddy. You just got through a ton of information in 30 minutes, so I'm sure everyone appreciates that. I'm sure you need a drink of water. Okay, let's take just a couple of questions, and then again, if we don't get to your question, we'll follow up with you directly. Okay, so first we have a question from Syed. He wants to know, what is an easy way to grow order size?
That is a great question. So typically we always say product recommendations are a fantastic way to grow order size. Not only including them on the product detail page, but also including those same product recommendations on the cart page. So we kind of call it the candy aisle experience. When someone goes to the cart, it's similar to when you check out at a brick and mortar store, you get to the register and they have a number of candy bars or magazines right at checkout. That same experience. So a lot of our customers will have product recommendations of products on under a specific price point right at the checkout experience to help drive that average order size up.
Okay, thank you. Next, we're going to take one from Marilyn. She wants to know about how many personas should I get started with, and how do I know if they're the right ones?
So we typically tell our customers to start small, right? Personas can sometimes become intimidating to them. So we say focus on 2 to 3, build out your really main personas for your customer base, understand, how they're working, always test them, make sure because personas do require additional content, get comfortable creating that content, start to see the kind of lift that different content is creating for you. So we have some customers, we always encourage them to start with 2 or 3. We have some customers now that are doing 20 to 30 different personas for a variety of needs and reasons.
Okay, I think this will be the last question. We'll let you guys out early. This is from Matt. He wants to know about retailer portals. How do you keep them updated, and can their sales team use it?
Yeah, so we're big believers that all of your websites need to be smart websites, meaning that they need to be integrated with your accounting system or your ERP. So we actually integrate our websites with accounting systems in a variety of ways, whether that's batch data or real-time integration. This makes sure that data when a customer logs in is up to date, and that they're seeing correct order status, they're seeing correct shipment, and they're able to track their shipment. And ultimately, the customer is receiving, or the vendor is receiving those orders back so they can fulfill them immediately.
Okay. All right, thank you, Teddy, for all that helpful information, and thank you to everybody for joining us today. We do a webinar every month, so please stay tuned for next month. I think we're going to be talking about succeeding on third-party marketplaces like Amazon. We will, again, be sending out this recording and putting it on our blog within the next day. So just keep a lookout and stay tuned for next month. Have a great day.